Welcome back to Chicago Playwrights, produced by the CLYDE FITCH Report in association with Chicago Dramatists. My name is Sean Douglas, and we have Willett on camera, and today our guest is Nambi E. Kelley. Nambi is a playwright and actress. She has performed and written plays for theaters including the Goodman Theater, Steppenwolf, and Court Theater, nationally in Los Angeles, New York, and other cities, and internationally. She recently returned from Singapore, where she performed her co-adaptation of The Book of the Living and the Dying. And last season, the Court Theater and American Blues Theater produced her play Native Son. So my first question is, what is this play about, and why did you choose to write about it?
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me here today. It's good to be here to talk about the play. The play is called For Her is a Piano, and it is the story of a woman's quest to get pregnant and how she has to reconcile moments from her past and her present with the female ancestry in her family in order to clear a pathway so that she can give birth. And that's basically the genesis of the play.
So what kind of research did you do for this play?
A lot of what the play is about, well, one of the strands of the piano string, yeah, there's strings inside, that is a thread of how mental illness can transfer through generations. So like in one generation, it'll show up as anxiety. In another generation, it'll show up as manic depression. Another generation, it'll show up as schizophrenia. And another one, it'll show up as panic attacks or whatever. So it's sort of also about how the same energies connect people and yet translate into different times and spaces. And so the research assistant, whose name is Misty, who's a really brilliant writer in her own right and performer, she did a whole lot of research on mental illnesses, like different mental illnesses that I was interested in tracking. And at least the play has gone through many incarnates. And I think some of those incarnates, like the things that she was researching around mental illness, were like spot on, like prevalent. And now it's a little more subtle, which I think is better.
Now I've noticed in doing these episodes of Chicago Playwrights that the most recurring theme is mental illness. Why do you think it is that theater and dramaturgy lends itself so well to work about themes of mental illness?
I think that the theater is sort of a study of choice, like what choices that people make and what influences those choices. And I think that because choice is a state of thinking, right? Mm-hmm. Like I choose to go this path or this path, that for a mental illness to have any sort of, because it obviously influences whether you go this way, or you go this way or that way, you know what I mean? And I think that's very important course of study, and that because it impacts human behavior, it impacts relationships, it impacts, a person's relationship with themselves and how they move and navigate through the world. And I think that that is interesting. When I was a child, and I was like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be an actress. I said, oh, I want to be a psychologist. And really, like, those were the choices for me. And when I got older and I thought about it, I said, it's kind of the same thing, that it's a study of the human mind and character, And when I thought, I was like, oh, so really I just want to do the same thing but make less money. Got it, So that's sort of, I think it's great. I think it's all connected. Like, it's all connected. How we think, the choices we make, and the things that influence that.
Mm-hmm. Any other upcoming projects or anything else you want to promote?
I do, actually. I have two projects happening, other world premieres, Lord have mercy, happening this season. One is for DePaul, that they commissioned me to write a play for their MFAs, and so it's going to be getting a production in the spring. It's called The Translation of Likes. And I'm actually writing this play for the MFA students, so I got to meet them and work with them, and now I'm writing characters based on who I think they might be, which is kind of fun. And then I also have a play opening in Chicago Children's Theater, which was also a commission, and it's called Jabari Dreams of Freedom, and it's about a little boy, which apparently is a popular subject, who knew, about a little boy who's afraid to leave the house because of the news. And he's a painter And so his father takes him inside the paintings where there's separate rooms, and each of the rooms has children from the civil rights movement. And he gets to meet them and talk with them and get lessons from them. And his father transforms into Barack Obama, and it's a ridiculous play. But it's opening in
It sounds like
April.
adults can get a lot out of that too.
I hope so. I hope so. I had a ball writing it. We just had a reading of it a couple days ago, and it went really well. It's got music in it. So those are the two things I'm working on right now. And lots of other stuff. I'm always acting, and just came back from LA. Tested for a pilot. I didn't get it, but it was so close. It was so close. So always still doing all of that, you know.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for
Good luck
having me.
for her as a piano. I look forward to seeing it soon.
Are you coming?
Of course.
Yay! Thank you.
All right. This has been Chicago Playwrights. Thank you for joining us.